Happy Sunday, y'all. What's going on? It is Bears football Sunday today. Oh man, I was just running around like crazy. Decided not to go to the game today, but I'm here and Ivan, I think, is at the game. If I'm serving, because he would be here with me, right? Um, I was just out there, man. I said, I don't want to go to the game. Went last week, tailgate. I'm done. I need a week off. But I said, you know what? I feel like some soul food today. That's what these gays do for you. And I said, I want some, good old soul food. Make some greens like my mother used to make. And I'm out there smoking some oxtail. So right now I had them. They're good for like about an hour. So I was like running around trying to get in here. But hey, bottom line is all a build up for today. For Bears versus Panthers. We're looking to go 2 in a row, back-to-back home games, trying to build off of what we did last week, which wasn't like a whole lot, but it was a glimpse of, hey, there's some kind of structure, there's some kind of identity going on offense. Defense, bend, don't break. It just was a better product that we've seen collectively all season. And we just want to see this thing improve. We want to see even better. We want to see the offense come out, not take 3 series, not take a quarter off, and be behind the 8 ball while our defense is holding strong, trying to keep an offense off the field or out the end zone. We need the offense to come out here, put good drives together early and often. That's what I'm looking for. But, I just want to see a collective game. I want to see us. We're favored to win. There's no doubt. The worst case scenario we all know is if we come out here and drop the ball and take an L. I don't even want to think like that. We need to come out here and get this W. It's a beautiful day out here in Chicago too, by the way. What a beautiful last 2 weekends. What a beautiful weather. And today I think is even nicer. Perfect football weather, guys. So it is all about what the Bears are going to do, all right, and get the job done. Let's talk about a couple things, as far as the team. Let's go about inactives for the week. All right. So we got our inactives here. We have Valus Jones. Yeah, see you later. What you talk about? Kyrie Bison game, whatever. I don't know, man, this guy's name. I just know I don't know what the hell's going on with him exactly. Terrell Smith is out. Dominic Robinson and Zach Pickens. And that's a one. Zach Pickens, you're just hoping that he was going to be able to provide some kind of depth and some growth going into his second year, but has not been on the field for us. So the key thing, if we're looking at these inactives, we're looking at the fact that Tevin Jenkins is not on this list. And it looks like, and this brings the question, what's that starting lineup going to be? What is that starting lineup going to be? I mentioned last Monday on the Bear Down Big Steve that I would love, if Jenkins was going to play, I would love to see Jenkins slide over to right guard and you keep Pryor in left guard. What I don't want to see, now, if they do decide to go Pryor right guard and Jenkins at left guard, fine. Okay, cool. But what I don't want to see is Jenkins at left guard and Nate Davis at right guard starting. I don't want to see that. Granted, Nate Davis had a better performance last week. I think you keep him in that role coming off the bench, serving as a backup. He played well in that role. He seemed motivated in that role. So I don't want to see that. If Jenkins is starting, I don't want to see that combination right off the bat. I don't want to see Nate Davis starting. I don't want to say, oh, he had a good game. Let's give him his chance again and again and again. No, keep him in the role. I think he played beautifully off the bench for what a role player is supposed to do. But I would be elated if I saw them give Jenkins at right guard and Pryor left guard. Now you're talking about something here. We talked about Chris Morgan being creative. Now, only thing I can say that might throw that off is Jenkins has been injured. He hasn't practiced. So is it hard to put somebody who's limited practice at left, at a new position? I think at this point he's comfortable on both sides. I think when you're offensive lineman and you play both sides, you play tackle, you play guard, you play on both of the sides of the line of scrimmage. It doesn't matter where you go. You're a professional. So I'm really not buying in. Maybe the injury, keeps him from getting reps at the right guard. So I could understand if that's not the case. But I would love to see it. I would love to see it. Like, fuck that. You at right guard, Pryor play. Let's keep finding the answers to the question of how to get this offensive line going and keep this offense and keep number 18 protected and allow him to keep progressing as he matures in his game. So we'll see. I'll be all sitting there with you guys. This, like what this lineup is going to be. Bottom line, whoever comes out there, and I'll be upset if I see Nate Davis, to be honest. But whoever comes out there and plays needs to play with some intensity. They need to knock this team off the ball. We need to control the line of scrimmage, move the line of scrimmage, and create some lanes for Swift. All right. And let's get him going, and let's see what he has in his tank. Like, obviously, let's find the ways to get him in space. Let's find the ways to, obviously, teams are going to be, keying on him out the backfield. Great, key on him out the backfield. Now let's see these other windows open. Let's see Keenan Allen, who's off the injury list all week. Let's see what he does. Let's get Keenan Allen going. Let's get Rome going. Let's get DJ down the field throws and stop screening him to death before we get this man hurt. Let's build off of that touchdown and all the speculations of him not being happy with Caleb. Let's the best way to end all that speculation, and if that's not the truth, is go out there and put out the product. So let's get the job done. Roschon Johnson, let's see more of him. Let's see more complimentary out of him. I would love to see him more in the game plan. Swift had a great game, but I think you get that combo and find a way to use your 1-2 punch and getting Roschon involved. And then then we're cooking with something. We need to build momentum, and it's important that we build this momentum right now and get this big win. And not just, a win would we all be happy, right? But sometimes the way you win is not always acceptable. And I don't think we can accept this regular wins. We need to see I think and I focus so much on the offense because that is the source of the problems. Our defense, we know what our defense is. They can be dominant, they can show that dominance, but they showed last week a bend and don't break. Aura about this team. They're not going to break. Now, granted, Rams didn't have two of their started, top receivers, but still, they moved the ball, but they didn't give in. And that shows you something about the culture and the mindset of that defensive unit. So my focus is on this offense because I think this is when we get this offense going. This is when we're going to start seeing something in the developing Caleb. And to this point, I've liked his development. Is it Jaden Daniels and all this other stuff, and all these other people are saying, and out here saying Caleb and the Bears? I like where he's at this point. You're not crowning anybody a Hall of Famer at quarterback position or any other position in week 4, in week 5. It's great to see the writing on the wall, right? And not the dog on Jaden Daniels. I like his game, man. I like the way he plays. But we're not crowning nobody based off of a few games. You're not even halfway during the season. We're not crowning anybody or putting what somebody's career is going to be based on a handful of games, nor are you going to do that in 1 year. So, now I look at Chris Canty. If everybody's seen this guy really criticize and go crazy on the Bears, and I don't agree. I agree with him to some extent on some things. Some of the structure and some of the things that we do as an organization hasn't been clean, but I don't agree with him that a handful of games, Caleb, that's a done product. That's just ridiculous. So I'm excited about Caleb, and I think every week we're excited, right? Has our excitement went away from this offseason? There's been disappointment, there's been worry, but we're right back in the excitement seat, right? We won last week, things looked a little bit better. We're back in that seat, but the expectations are high of what we want this team to be. So I think we owe that to ourselves as fans to be critical and have these expectations, but still have that excitement for this game. We wake up on a Sunday, it's not like we have a team that can be, I think it's just, if we can figure out a couple things, man, we're just waiting for this team to explode, right? I think we all are. We're just waiting for this team to erupt and see that big game, because we saw it. He threw for 362. He can sling it in the air. He's got the arm talent. Everything's there. Can we get protection today? Granted, it's the Panthers, but also this is NFL, man. Any given freaking Sunday, anybody can go down. Any given Saturday, anybody could go down. Any Friday, anybody could go down. And I'm talking high school. I mean, from the youth football, anybody can go down. Talking Mark Harmel went down Friday to Brother Rice. Saturday, Alabama went down to Vanderbilt. So you can't just sit here and say we're gonna hey, we're favored to win. We should win. But we can't just every game is tough. Every game is an NFL quality players. And anybody can show up and bring that being their A game. Everybody thought Andy Dalton was done. He's, I don't know about last game, but his first start, he showed fucking great, like fucking Andy Dalton first round potential Cincinnati Bengals type of guy. So let's not take this for granted. Let's get here and get this win. Let's get this W. And let's get off to the races, man. Let's get ready for this damn London trip. It's going to be 8 in the damn morning. If we win this game and that offense shows that potential and that defense does what they do, we're going to wake up on Saturday, that next Sunday, early as fuck. Sorry, I shouldn't be cursing. Lord's Sunday. Early as hell. It's still bad. Early. We're all going to wake up early at 8 o'clock, excited. You're going to go to bed early on Saturday night. But it's going to be predicated on what we do today. I'm excited. I don't know about any of you guys. I'm excited about what we do today. And let me take a look at some of you guys in the comment section. Let me see. There we go. We got Mike here. Kayla's coming out party today, y'all. 34-17. Kayla's through 275, 4 TDs. Ooh. Would I love to see that, Mike? I would love to see that. Passing game. Although he should be playing in Walter, he's known to not have a fullback. That is, yeah. I mean, they incorporate the fullback with Kramer last week. They need to kind of just keep on, inducting these different looks, man. Go outside the box, man. Your shit ain't working. Do some different stuff. And get Kramer involved in these short yardage. Get back under center. Let's keep doing. Don't start going backwards. Don't be a stubborn ass coordinator and go back to your old fucking shit. Your old ways. Keep progressing towards what you've been doing this last game and build off of it. Don't just start getting pretty and doing all that crazy shit like you've been doing. We used to see Nagy do that. He'll call something a good, similar, good game, and he'll go back to doing what the fuck he wants to do. And I think one thing, if you're a play caller, you have to you have your system, but you got to be able to be adaptive, be able to understand the change and do something different outside of your comfort zone, be inventive. And you can't be stubborn. You can't. And like I said, I'm calling plays on the youth level, which is no comparison to high school or anything, but I take it seriously and I'll be having my call sheet. And I know I have to call things that make sense to the team. All right. And I've done that. And that's one thing I think that gave me a mindset being a football guy. I mean, last year, I tried to run the split back veer option. My quarterback wasn't a split back veer type of quarterback. So I had to go gun. But then this year, I'm like, I got to get under center more. I have to have a combination. I have to have the screen game. I got to call the screen game when it makes sense. I like the screen game. But you got to call it when it makes sense. You have to establish a run. You have to throw downfield. And that's when your screen game opens up. Nobody loves to screen more than Andy Reid. And they can get a little screen crazy. I think that's what Nagy got it. But also I've seen Andy Reid use that screen game in the right places. And I think we have to do it. We can't come out top 10 plays should not be a screen. Side to side, man, we got to get north and south. We have to establish some kind of physicality. Going north and south is exactly what we need to do today, and not go sideways. Forget all this nonsense, man. Let's put this ball down the damn field. Let's see Caleb Williams explode today. But it all starts off front, right, guys? We need the protection. We need to protect Caleb. Take a look at that O-line today, guys. Let's see how they come out. But whoever the hell is out there needs to block their fucking asses off. That's the key to success. That's the key to us having anything. And then we'll let the ball roll it where it's going. I think Caleb has shown his ability to make some plays. It's just only been when he's been harassed. Now, he's going to have to learn. It's going to happen. You can have the top line ever. You've seen Patrick Mahomes in the last couple of years. Now, his O-line is a little better, but he hasn't had some of those O-lines haven't been exactly the best offensive lines. I got you stuck up here, Mike. Let's see. Organization. Let me see this organization faces me because they always trying to come off as they know more than everybody else. Watching Jenkins next to Wright last year was obviously the better. Yeah, it was the better play. And you guys are right. But we'll see, man. I hope that, because jobs are on the line. You cannot play this game that you coming out here that you're in the sweet spot. If you lose the fucking Carolina Panthers, or you come out there with a shitty performance, that crowd is going to boo your ass. And if we lose, we're in a bad spot at that point. Because we haven't even got close to getting ready for divisional seat games. And our division is right up there with everybody else, if not better. Maybe anybody in NFC got a better conference than us right now. You got Minnesota balling out their mind. Great, good defense. Sam Darnold is out there looking like the guy who he was supposed to be based on his draft status. I think number 2 pick overall. Then you got Green Bay. Jordan Love is back. They know how to win. They're going to always be in the fold. Detroit looked absolutely great last week offensively, and here we are. We can't bullshit around. We have to find the answers. You got to keep finding answers. We can't act stubborn. We can't act like we know it all. You got to have some humility in your coaching. I think you just have to. There's a sense of pride and cockiness, but you have to be able to adapt, be unstubborn, and go out there and create some new opportunities, some new scenarios for this offense. Scottish Bear, what you got to say, buddy? Steve's more difficult to coach the youth than pros. I'm a former professional boxer and pro coach. You have to teach the youth from scratch. Far more difficult. Thanks, Scottish Bear. It is difficult. Now, it was always easy for me when I coached high school and I coached at Mount Carmel. It was easy because you got a higher level of thought pattern. These guys are at, especially at Mount Carmel, guys are more, you got a certain level of athlete that goes there in the mindset. So it makes it easier to coach. But the youth, you got to teach them from scratch. But I don't hold anything back on my youth guys. I try. I know one way to coach them, and I have to adapt it a little bit because they're youth. But I attack it the same. The standards are the same. My expectations are the same out of those kids. And what it's going to do for those kids, it's going to help them moving forward. They might not see it at this time when I'm getting on them and I'm preaching, and I'm sure they're sick of it. And I'm a stickler, I'm detailed. But when they move on, they will look back, or they'll be more prepared when they go into high school, and they'll be like, oh, what is this? They're going to go someplace and they're going to like, this stinks. My youth team had more structure than this. My head coach, not to pat myself on the back, my head coach knew more than these guys. It happened with me when I was at Mount Carmel and I went off to college. We were like, we played at a damn college level mindset and approach. So when I got to, as far as work ethic, running, conditioning, none of that shocked me. And some of it was kind of like, this is not that hard as far as what the expectations and the demands came from Mount Carmel. So just getting back to the point, just talking about the mindset of this team, and I'm just hoping that we keep being flexible and not be stubborn. And this game is going to show a whole lot where we're going, believe it or not. Because this sets up for what is not an easy thing. I never went overseas, never had to play in another country, but I could tell, I could just see that where it could be a distraction. It could throw you off a rhythm. And they leave Tuesday to go to London. Fun, but at the end of the day, it's a business trip, and you're trying to get a victory. That's a long ass fucking way to go to lose and that way back, come back. Or that's a long way to go and you take an L, God forbid, today, or you don't have the performance and it's an ugly win. It's not going to be the trip that you want. For the Bears, why don't you take this momentum and use it? Because you're going to need it. You're going to need it going forward. You're going to need it for this game, because if you come out here, do what you need to do, that makes that trip out to London on Tuesday way better. It might bring you closer. You'll be looking to go, hey, let's spend time together, because you're going to be out. You're not going home after you're going to be in hotels with everybody. So everybody's going to see everybody all freaking week. You already spend half the day, majority of the day at Hallis Hall during the course of a work week, getting ready for a game when you're playing just in the States. So imagine if you're in London, you're around each other. So let's make sure we are playing good and the vibes are good. Then we'll go out there, because you're going to need everything to kind of be in sync to keep your mindset right to keep the attention to detail right. Because, like I said, it's routine. You go through the week, you got your Monday recovery, film, come in, do what you got to do. Maybe there's some meetings. Tuesday, day off, really not a day off. You probably come in and do a little something and go do your community things. And then Wednesday, you got your routine. And the guys are routine oriented. And the guys who weren't routine oriented are weird guys to me anyway. Some guys are just weirdos. But you got some guys that like to be early. And you got some guys that want to be late. Want to take the late bus. I was an early guy. I like to get everywhere early. I like to have everything. Everything had to be right. Game day, I had to have a specific thing every time. Everything had to be in order. Just for my mental. So this is going to throw people off their routine. What's really going to throw them off their routine if we're not on, we're coming off an L or they're coming off a poor performance. It would be awesome to go out here and have a great performance, a great win, something to build off of. Okay, fuck it. Let's take this trip out here. Let's enjoy it and let's get better and let's bring the team together instead of any kind of dissension because we took an L or things look ugly. You know what I mean? Then you got to be all the way out in London. We're around each other all the fucking time. So look, it's a lot to look at what this game means. It's just not, hey, the Panthers, they suck. Like, no, we have to win and we needed to win decisively. And we need to look good on offense. And we need to carry that over to, and the thing about it is Jacksonville's used to this. They go to London every year. As much as they're struggling, they're going to be looking. I don't know what's going to happen with them today, but they're going to be, regardless if they win or not today, they're going to be in desperation mode still because they have to get back in the run in the game. All right. So if they lose today, it's going to be, it could be the right for the pickings if we coming on and just jumping on these dudes, but they're used to coming out there. So a lot to play with. Let me move on to that from that. I'm not just trying to hammer home to everybody, what this game means to us as an organization. Scottish player. You think the players live? Hey, I heard Scottish Bear, man. I heard it was Tuesday. I heard the Bears are leaving Tuesday, but I may be wrong. We got Mike coming in hot. Mike, appreciate you jumping in on the chat. Okay, the real season starts week 12. Divisional games were decided. Yeah, we just got to make sure we're in the race. Make sure we're there. Yeah, that's when the real season starts, but we need to make sure we're in the mix. That we have done everything to make us win the games that we're supposed to win. We already took a game that we were supposed to win and dumped it on his head with Indianapolis. So we need to win this game. We need to set up for the next game. But the focus this day, run the freaking ball. Hey, let's cut down on the penalties today. What's up with that last week? Penalties, and that was 2 from Cole Kmet, and I know he doesn't make these mistakes like that, but you're a captain. We need you to be on point, buddy. We need you, Cole. We need you. We need no legal procedures. We need to not be working from behind the 8 ball. We can't start off 1st and 15. 2nd and 20s. We don't need that. We got to stay on schedule. We got to keep the field tilted in our favor. As Coach Dave Lenny used to say, keep the field game tilted and through special teams. Our punter did it awesome last week. When we need to punt, we need those big punts out of him. But let's limit the punts. Let's keep the game tilted. Let's make smart decisions. Let's move the ball. Let's run the ball. Stay committed to the run. If you want to be stubborn on something, be stubborn on the run game. Be stubborn. If you're going to be stubborn as a coordinator and want to be stuck in your ways, be stuck in your one. You could never be wrong being stuck in your ways in the run game, especially this team. Because we need to support the young guy and we got to help the O-line because their pass pro is not that great. So to aid them is to get them down the field and support them with the run game. It's always all linemen's best friend is to run the ball and control the line of scrimmage. Then we can play action. We can set aggressively because you think we're running and we sit back in pass pro, sit back in your chair, and let's open up some windows down the field for Caleb Williams. And see that beautiful arm finally, because then, guys, you got to think about it. He's overthrown some people at times. Imagine those things are going to start hitting. So it's not like nobody's not getting open. All the shit, you just see it where if it can all dial in. And all we needed those jokers to do is commit to some run game. Okay? Braxton Jones. I'm on this guy, but who's my spotlight on? If I put in that rate, I'm putting on Braxton Jones today. Obviously, I'm looking right away, see who's starting, who's out there, who's that starting lineup, how the Bears are going to come out as far as game plan, their first 10 plays. Is it run game? Is it getting Roschon Johnson involved? What is that going to look like? Are we taking some shots? Are we going to stay away from DJ? Get in the short screens, or are we going to put him downfield and start seeing that DJ of old? How are we going to use him today? Are we going to use a combination of the running backs? What is Swift going to do? Is that just a flash in the pan from last week, or is he going to show up and still be that dynamic? And how do we get him in the game? How do we get him lubed up and ready to go? Okay? These are things we're looking for. And we want to see their defense get after it. I need to see pressure on the quarterback. I need to see Javon Dexter continue to just take these big steps defensively. I need that defense. I need some turnovers. Help the offense. Give them a short field. Let's devastate the Panthers right away. Let's keep the win streak going at Soldier Field and make it a daunting place. And let's build this mystique. Let's build this mystique of Soldier Field. I think we're kind of building low-key, we have been building it. The Bears started O-line today. I do not know. We're going to see. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to put it up here for you guys. Starting lineup. Somebody's back in the background making some more news, more moves for us. My boy Shane back there in the background, so y'all just know. Here's the starting lineup for the day. All right, we got Braxton Jones, Jenkins at left guard, Sheldon at center, Pryor right guard. Thank God. Davis come off the bench, bruh, and right at guard at right tackle. Now Jenkins didn't go right guard like I was thinking, and that's okay. I can live with that. Okay. He was hurt, limited practice. I could see why. Cheers to Shane working that for me, finding out who that starting lineup was today. Cheers to Shane. Thanks, Scottish Bear. Yeah, man. Real shout out to Tom. Thanks, Tom, popping in. Yeah, there we have it. There's the O-line. Okay, I think limited practice. If that was even a thought, and I don't know if that's a thought. I wish I can ask that question. If anybody hears me that's a sports media, if somebody by any chance is listening, ask the question, like, what's up with Jenkins not being at right guard? Just like, I wonder if that's even a thought process that they even have. They might not even be thinking about it. which would be crazy to me that it not even crosses their mind to think about putting this guy. Now that Nate Davis has kind of become the second unit guy, why wouldn't that be a thought process? Understandably, he was hurt, limited practice, so on and so forth. But that's the starting line. All right, Jenkins is out there. I think as long as Nate Davis is playing his role off the bench, I'm cool with that. Pryor getting third start in a row. We'll see him go. He's flexible. Reminds me so much of myself, man. Just the number 79. He's all over the fucking place. They were saying if somebody went down at tackle, he's going to be at tackle. Just I like the guy. He was just that was what my role was, man. Fucking crazy. But yeah, guys, I'm not going to coach in male practice, Johnson. Well, John, let's give him a break today. Let's see what we do. Let's see what we do. Obviously, TTNL is going to bring it in hot. We got the post-game show with Phil and Shane coming immediately after the game. They bring it right to you. I will be tuning in to them. You guys should. If the Bears upset me enough, I will be popping in on with Shane and Phil today. If they piss me off just enough, okay? But yeah, it's go time. Bear down. I'm looking for Victory Monday tomorrow, guys. Need that Victory Monday. I want to talk good about the team. Throw your predictions down real quick before we get out of here. Man, I said I'm not doing this no more. Last time I picked these dudes, like high scoring game. At the same time, I don't want to jinx it. I feel like they're going to put up points. How about I do this, man? Fuck. I want to be like in the 30s with you guys. I want to. Y'all coming in hot with these 30s, dog. I'm feeling the energy, though. I'm feeling the energy. I'm cutting this thing in half just so I don't jinx it. And I don't even want to start no jinxing stuff because if this offense goes down and I want to predict a high scoring game, then I'm going to. But I'm going to do this. I think we're going to score 3 touchdowns, field goal. I would love to be in the 30s with y'all. Y'all are not far off from what I'm thinking. But I'm going 24. Bears 24. Let's go Panthers 7. 24-7. Bears. I'm not going to get out of control. I'm not going to hold on. See my name in here. Somebody got to give me some props. Oh, you know what? Thanks a lot, man. I can't even say your name. Yada zada. You don't want. Hey, man, I'm so terrible. If y'all haven't figured out, I can't get these names down. I don't have Ivan here to give it an attempt either. But I appreciate you. Yeah, I made mistakes. Pryor's made some mistakes, but I think he's getting his rhythm. I look like James Toney. What the hell? I can see it. He got the slanted nose. Y'all boys crazy, man. Hey, y'all nuts, man. I ain't got time for this, man. I'm trying to get up out of here, man. My boy Nate, man. Thanks, Nate, coming in. We are MC. Oh, Nate, I'll be there. I think after my youth game, man. I'll be on Friday. I'm gonna try to pop in for MC game. I know we got our reunion tailgate, so hope to see you there. James Lights Out Tony. Y'all are crazy, man. I'm out of here, man. Let's get this bear down victory. Forget, screw you guys with the James Tony. All right. Love you guys, man. Let's get it, man. Bears, victory. We got to have it, right? No other way we got to do it. All right. Let's I don't know how to intro the hell out of here. All right, I got it. See you guys. Oh, I'm still here. See you guys later. Peace. Bear down.